Monday Night Raw, last night, Hartford, Connecticut, June 3rd, 2013. It's 10 a.m. I got my cup of coffee. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Now, I've been on record saying that Monday Night Raw the last 2 weeks has been very good. Watchable shows, even though the 3-hour format still is a little too long. But for the majority of the show, it's been entertaining. Last night was no different. Alright? Last night, the reason why Raw has been, it just dawned on me. You know? And I know this for a fact over the course of time. In the past 6 months. The reason why some segments of Monday Night Raw were good is because of the talent. Right? The reason why WWE right now in the last 3 weeks has been watchable is because of the talent. If the WWE puts their stock in the guys that they have, the WWE has some of the best wrestlers in the industry on their roster. Some of the best talents in the industry on their roster. The reason why this show was so watchable last night, the reason why the show has been so watchable the last 2 weeks, including last night, Daniel Bryan, Ryback, The Shield, all 3 members of The Shield, Big E Langston. I'm going to mention Dolph Ziggler even though he's been out for a month. Right? You got Randy Orton has stepped up to the plate. Damian Sandow. Now, who else you want me to name? You know, you got the Wyatt family coming up. Chris Jericho. Paul Heyman. Their interactions the last 2 weeks have been outstanding. The reason why these shows have been good. They haven't been great. Obviously, the WWE still has some flaws with this 3-hour format. You know, if they eliminate 1 hour, these would be great shows. You weed out the garbage and keep what I just mentioned on TV. Alright? The reason why these shows have been good is because of the talent I just named. You know? Give them the ball, let them run with it. Daniel Bryan was the superstar of last night's show. He did double duty. He did a 6-man tag with The Shield, teaming up with Kane and Randy Orton, and then he fought Ryback in the 3rd hour. The man is amazing. If you guys do not think that Daniel Bryan deserves a world championship run, if you guys are not excited to see that crowd reaction to Daniel Bryan when he finally wins a world title, whether he wins the WWE title or the World Heavyweight Championship, in my opinion, it should be the WWE title. When he wins a WWE Championship, and he's a face, whether he's a heel or a face, it doesn't matter to me. It's going to be a goosebump. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it, the way the crowd reacted to that guy last night. It's amazing. The crowd loves him. His intensity in the ring, you know, besides CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan may be the best physical wrestler in that company right now. What he does in the ring, nobody else is doing right now. He makes you watch him. You're invested in what he does. His intensity, when he gets on a roll, he does what he does. Nobody does that. What he did with Ryback last night, I didn't turn away from the TV. I sat here. I sat where I'm sitting right now and watched my television. Even the 6-man tag in that 1st hour. You had Stephanie McMahon and Vince McMahon come out, say what they had to say about Triple H. They don't want Triple H wrestling. I've been reporting this the last couple of weeks. The whole family's going to be on TV to set up some kind of storyline with Triple H. They do not want him to wrestle. It's all coming to be. We got to see where it leads. So the reports have been right. Stephanie and Vince are back on TV. Triple H lobbied to fight Curtis Axel last night. Stephanie McMahon and Vince McMahon shot that down. Triple H vowed to be on Raw next week to get his rematch with Curtis Axel. They were supposed to fight last night, but like I said, Vince said, you ain't fighting nobody. That 1st hour, that segment took about 20 minutes. The Shield came out with Vince still in the ring. Alright? There was a little tease there. You know, you want to see Vince and the Shield mix it up. The Shield came down because they were scheduled to fight Bryan, Orton, and Kane. That match took most of the 1st hour. If the WWE sticks to this formula with having a pay-per-view quality match in that 1st hour to gain interest in this program, to let people know your attention should be here, that's what you got to do. The Shield is the best thing on TV, hands down right now, besides Daniel Bryan. They showed you why last night with a pay-per-view quality match. I don't care how many 6-man tag matches that they have. If you're going to put the Shield on TV against anybody, it could be fucking the Brooklyn Brawler with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. If they give you a 30-minute match and the Shield is doing what they do, like they did last night, it's a winner. Anything with the Shield is a winner. They took up the majority of that 1st hour. That's the way Raw should be built going forward. The 2nd hour sucked. This is what I said before. If they weed out the fucking garbage on this show and condense the first hour and the third hour into a 2-hour program, Monday Night Raw would be a grand slam every Monday night with the talent they have on this roster. That second hour was absolute fucking garbage. You had Sheamus versus Cody Rhodes with Damien Sandow. I want the best for Sandow because I'm a huge fan of him. Cody Rhodes, I like Cody Rhodes, but this Sheamus character has got to fucking go. I'm tired of smiling. I'm tired of the fucking joking around. He's like a pale version of John Cena. I'm tired of it. That match with Cody Rhodes, and I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes, did nothing to gain my interest. Then you had Divas bullshit in the second hour. Then you had the Khali match versus Fandango. You had The Miz come out and Wade Barrett. I don't know what they're doing. They're setting up a match for Payback, a 3-way dance for the Intercontinental title. I enjoy Wade Barrett's work, but they're doing absolutely nothing with him. He's another one of those guys that needs to be built up to the higher tier main event, but they're not doing anything with him. They're sticking him with The Miz, who's an absolute fucking joke right now. You know? When he was a heel, he was a washable fucking guy. I was a huge supporter of The Miz. Now, I won't even know if he was on the show or not. I don't even give a fuck. You know, I wouldn't even care less if they released him at this point. He's so bad. But that second hour is what I'm trying to say. That second hour was absolute garbage. Then you got into the third hour, where you had Ryback versus Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan again shows you why the kid needs to be a WWE champion with that crowd reaction. Brought Ryback to a fantastic match, did not lose my interest whatsoever, and then you had another bright superstar come out in Curtis Axel. WWE showing you why they're pushing this kid. He's a winner. He's got Paul Heyman by his side. He's going to be a winner by default with Heyman by his side. John Cena is booked earlier in the show by Vince McMahon to fight Curtis Axel again, this time in a no disqualification match. Great match. Curtis Axel looked very good. John Cena looked very good. Curtis Axel looked better, which needed to happen because you need Curtis Axel to look strong. If you're building up a young kid who's 33 years old, you want to get him over to the WWE fans. You want to get him over to the TV audience. He's the son of Mr. Perfect, we know. He's the grandson of Larry the Axe, Larry the Axe. Come on. You got to build this kid up right. WWE's doing an admirable job right now. But, this is 3 count-out victories in a row. He at some point, he's going to need a pinfall victory. He beat Triple H by count-out, which I don't think was even, described as a count-out victory the week it happened. WWE went back and said that he beat Triple H by count-out. He beat John Cena by count-out last week because of Ryback interfering. He beats John Cena again by count-out in a no disqualification match, which made me scratch my head. It's a no disqualification match. Why is there a count-out? There's no rules. There's no rule. All the rules are thrown out the window here. But yet there was a count-out victory? I think the WWE actually slipped up on that one. Anyway, you got a count-out victory over John Cena because Ryback interfered. There was a table set up against the guardrail, standing up this way and not flat. Obviously, Ryback comes and interferes, picks up Cena, slams him through the table. John Cena is lying out cold. Curtis Axel standing in the ring, gets the count-out victory. Ryback is screaming Ryback rules to end the show. John Cena is motionless on the ground through the table. Very good way to end the show. I don't know how this pay-per-view match is going to end up. Obviously, the way it's booked, the 3 stages of hell, Ryback is going to get at least one pinfall victory or one victory over John Cena to make him look at least at least competitive against John Cena. But we all know John Cena is going to win this match, and he's going to retain the WWE Championship. There's no way Ryback walks out of Payback with the WWE title. It's just not happening. All right. But all in all, this was a great show. Like I said, the reason why these shows have been so good is because of the talent they have on this roster. The young talent is flourishing right now. And this is the time of the year for WWE to have that happen. All these bullshit pay-per-views coming up, they mean really nothing. This is the WWE's time to give these young kids the ball and have them shine on TV right now. Then comes SummerSlam, you have these guys with proper build, the audience and the fans are more familiarized with them. Then comes SummerSlam, your second biggest pay-per-view of the year. People will know them a little bit better. They'll be more invested in their matches. They'll be more invested in what they do going forward into the fall and winter months. And then come next year, you have a whole slew of guys that you can book right and properly on WWE TV and let them carry this company into the future. That's what needs to happen. And I hope the WWE's on that right track right now. And the Wyatt family, I'm anticipating these guys. Bray Wyatt is going to be, everybody that I've been listening to, everybody that I've been reading online is so high on these guys. He's the son of IRS. Husky Harris and NXT. All right, in the Nexus. That's Husky Harris. His character is different. His character is out of the ordinary for WWE TV, especially with the new PG initiative going on in the last decade. All right, this is going to be different. It's going to be big. And I'll talk about that a little bit more as the weeks, as the weeks go by. When he makes his debut, he probably will. If it was up to me, he would make his debut after Payback. But I don't know how WWE is going to, prolong this this introduction. Triple H is known to keep people off TV until they got the right feud. All right, but that's that, guys. Monday Night Raw, a very decent show. Like I said, the young guys carried this show. The young guys need to carry this show going forward, and that's the only way it could be. As for CM Punk and Chris Jericho, I do want to make one final thing. I don't think CM Punk's going to be at the pay-per-view. I think Paul Heyman's up to something. If it was up to me, I would not bring CM Punk back right now. It's too soon. I know he's still hurt. I know he still has those nagging injuries from the 2 years he carried this company on his back. All right, and especially after the Undertaker match, he gave everything he had in his fucking soul in that match. Keep Punk off TV till SummerSlam. Build him up. Sit Heyman, sit Punk down. Come up with a huge storyline going to SummerSlam, and just leave it at that. I think Paul Heyman's up to something. If it was up to me, I'd have Curtis Axel fight Chris Jericho at Payback. But that's just me. We'll see what happens. The whole interaction between Heyman and Jericho has been great so far. Heyman's a masterpiece or mastermind at everything he does. It's everything he touches turns to gold. Chris Jericho's been one of the best things on TV since forever. He's one of my favorite guys. But like I said, I don't think Punk is going to be back at the pay-per-view. If he is, I'd be shocked. It is in Chicago, so who the hell knows? But that's the Monday Night Raw review, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you have not done so. And like I said, always follow me on Twitter for the most up-to-date WWE stuff, and as well as my Call of Duty stuff and my video game stuff on Twitter at JD from NY206. I'm out, guys. I'll be back later this week, as always, with news and rumors. I'm out, guys. Take care.